I've shaved my head, but it makes me look like a cancer victim, largely because I have a little head. But all you gotta do is ask Bill Clinton, and he'll tell you there's nothing wrong with a little head. I always feel like everybody's supposed to come up with a joke. You know, you want to make a better world, make it happier. Use a little bit of creativity and come up with something that really tweaks people's minds. That one might not tweak people's minds so much. It just reminds them that he had a dilemma. You know, how we've forgotten. It's great. Love it. It's not the first joke I made up. There's one that I made up. This is not the first joke that I made up. This is one that I played on the air. Two Polish custodians are sitting at the bar, and the Pope, you see, remember how long ago this was? Pope John Paul, it's getting hot. Jesus, wasn't it 2 days ago I was talking about snow? Pope John Paul II from Krakow. He walks in the front door as these two Polacks are drinking their beers, and they say, "Oh my God, it's the Pope, it's the Pope, it's the Pope." And they jumped up and kneeled on the floor in front of him, and he took that staff and he beat the living fuck out of him and dragged him into the back room. Bartender wasn't stopping him, he's the Pope, and he left him for dead. You see that? That's the joke. The joke's on you. I did that one on the air the one time. I don't think it went over too well. But the fact is, I've read some stuff, and I don't hunt this stuff. Things just show up every once in a while. I read them because I'm curious. I'm naturally curious. It's a human trait. And what I'd read was that Pope John Paul II was selling something directly related, if not being Zyklon B, to the Germans at the time when the Catholic Church was not standing against the Nazi regime. Why? Because they hated Jews. Ha ha ha. What a perfect chance to have somebody fight your fight for you. Why don't they pull the people out of the Vatican City if they want to kill the Jews? But let Hitler do it. And so at that point, he was supposedly selling this stuff, and he supposedly just disappeared after the war into the priesthood, and supposedly went up very fast and became the guy in charge. That's not common unless you've got a lot of money to make it to the top. So that was the second joke I wrote. And then this third one is the first one that I wrote. The day that I realized everybody should come up with a joke of their own to help everybody be happy, I came up with this one. I sat and I thought about it, and I said, what? And I say, what do a goat and a possum have in common? Well, they're both fun to fuck till they've been dead for about 4 days.